Hi Amiel.
Hi.
Hi Shalosh.
Hi.
Welcome to Sudeep Audio's YouTube channel.
Yes.
It's an honor to have you all on the channel as one of the pioneers of sound rental companies in India, known as Bestt Sound System. And it's only later I came to know that your surname is Bestt. But I have heard your sound in several concerts in Gujarat, and I must say that it is definitely best.
We are trying our best.
We believe in the best.
We believe in the
Right.
best.
So, if you could share with us, both of you, your journey in terms of how did you all what environment you all grew up in that made you go towards the world of sound and music? All yours.
Well, so my parents were into music. They used to play the violin and piano.
Okay.
And my dad was a big fan of classical music. He had to listen to classical music and he would play the violin and piano. And he was very keen that we learn some instrument. Of course, except for playing the fool, we didn't play any instrument.
No, we learned the violin and we played a little of the violin,
Okay.
but we never mastered it.
After that, what happens is that this environment was always there.
Okay.
They were running a very successful school and still they had their passion for music. And when we grew up, we also loved our uncle who had a very famous band in Pune. So we wanted to have our own band. That we thought we'll have our band and we'll play something. But at the end of the day, I think Amiel and I decided that band is not our cup of tea. Rather we do something with sound because we both have got sound ears.
So, when did that happen, in the sense that your love for sound, and since you all are brothers and twins, it's very rare that both have the same passion and same liking,
Yes.
So,
Yeah, true.
how did that at what age, and
Each.
roughly how old were you when you thought that sound is what I want to do, or we want
In college, we had a band.
Okay.
We used to play, Amiel used to play the guitar and I used to play the drums. He was also a good drummer and a very good vocalist.
Oh, wow.
And
So we had our own band actually,
Right.
and we used to do shows, and we did a lot of shows. And once my parents came for a show, and they saw people throwing money at us,
Okay.
so they were very upset with the whole idea, and they said it doesn't suit you what you are doing. You better stop this band. It is not befitting people who own schools to be doing like this of shows and all. So we finally decided, okay, let's give it up.
Oh. And then what is the next step?
And then we had equipment just lying. And somebody told us, why don't you use this and why don't we start sound?
We had a guy working with another sound rental company,
Okay.
Rajesh Tolat, and
Okay.
that was only Tolat was there in sound
Right.
in Ahmedabad. So
Okay.
he was working there, but he was not happy over there. So he wanted to join us, and he wanted us, do something. So he pepped us up that, why don't you do something? You got such good equipment. Nobody in Ahmedabad has got equipment like that. Why don't you do something in sound?
So you had this equipment bought for your own band?
For our own band. We had it for our own band, but we just, we didn't know what to do with it. Once we stopped the band, after my parents, we stopped the band.
It was very basic. It was just a
We had a good Yamaha speakers, PV amplifiers, Fender speakers.
valve amplifier with speakers. It was
But that also was, in those days, that was considered a benchmark.
Right. And very
Because-
difficult to get.
Yes, those days people made all homemade speakers, used all homemade speakers. Nobody had anything that was really good.
Mm. So you all found it easy to acquire equipment, or that also?
No,
was
we bought it for the band.
Right. No, I mean, this
When I
is-
had gone to Singapore on a school tour, that time we had bought that equipment from there.
Right.
So we had it with us. And some part of the equipment we got from my uncle.
Okay.
So my uncle gave us few of the audio equipment, and we bought some from Singapore.
Okay.
And that's how we acquired all the equipment.
Right.
Those days you never got anything here, so it was very difficult.
Right. So for the sake of the audience, it is not easy to buy equipment at that time.
Very difficult. Very difficult.
In fact, later on when we started full-fledged business, we had to make our own speakers
Oh, okay.
because we could get only components.
Okay.
And we always did something that was not done by the industry.
Right.
So when the industry started using Black Widow, I think,
Yes.
we started using the Celestian, the British brand, very good speakers. For highs, of course, we used to use the PV, but
Yes.
we made some of our own speakers. And right now, though we use line arrays by Das Aero 50, we still use our own subs, which are designed by us, and it rocks.
So this part of making equipment was a self-taught or?
There was no other option.
Mm.
Either you go to someone else in Bombay manufacturing speakers, not manufacturing, they were just assembling them and copying them, and we were not happy with the quality of the way the speaker were made.
Okay.
So we thought, let's do it on ourselves, and we really made good quality speakers. And
And
we made a name on that, to be honest.
And we were the first Indian company to fly our speakers also.
Really?
Yes.
And you named it Bestt.
Yeah, we call it, our surname is Bestt. No?
Right,
So
right.
everything we do is under the name of Bestt. Even our school is Bestt.
True. So when you thought of doing a sound rental company, was there no opposition from parents saying that we have a school, why don't you focus there, why are you getting?
No, instead my father was happy.
Oh.
My father was the first time he was happy. He said, see, I wanted you all to be musicians, but sadly you all didn't become musicians. But now I'm happy that at least you all are dealing with the top musicians. So in a way, you all are into music also. Though you're not directly into music, but indirectly you are with the top musicians, and that gives me a lot of happiness.
And we learned a few things of sound, and how natural sound should be.
Okay.
Earlier, when we started the sound thing, we used to like more bass heavy and more highs and all that. After my father would hear it and say, no, it's not sounding natural.
He taught us what real sound should be, because he heard only classical music. So he
So
wanted
he didn't like color in the music. He wanted it
as pure as it can get.
As natural as
As
it sounds.
pure,
natural,
as natural.
yes.
Okay.
That was very
So
important.
that is a good learning you all got
Yes,
from
so that is, and till date, Amiel is a very good tuning engineer,
I have to thank my father for that.
and he loves.
Because he used to always tell me, the sound should sound, you should be able to hear all frequencies. You should not only hear only the bass. When you're young, you see, you like bass. And in those days, even in Bombay, there was like a craze. Like bass was like, everyone wanted to see to hear the thump. But that's not everything in sound.
like Shankar beats.
So when you all tune up the system,
Ah.
how did you all kind of realize that now it's been tuned perfectly or the way it should be? Did you
Oh,
all
that's
use
a
any
long-
reference tracks or
No,
any particular
that's
song?
hard learning. That's hard learning.
Okay.
You have to, we have, it's been a long
Okay.
journey.
Okay.
It's been a long journey, and it's not been easy. At least now there are people who can train you in all this. When we started, there was nobody knew what is a XTA, how you can analyze it. Nobody had no idea about it.
I think the hard way learning always stays for long and
Yeah,
it helps you
Yes,
even
yes,
do a better
yes.
job at,
I know.
when you're doing something.
It all started with the XTA. XTA came out with the spectrum analyzer,
Right.
which was, I think, how many band? 20 band or 30 band?
No, this is,
So we started with that spectrum analyzer.
Okay.
That time there was no smart.
Hmm.
Smart came after that. So we started our analyzing journey with that particular XTA.
Okay. So how did you all then, once this company was formed with your equipment, how did you all what are the next steps you took to promote it, to grow it, to reach out to, get clients, tell people about that this is a service you started?
I tell you one thing: when the quality is good, people find you. You don't have to find anyone.
Okay.
And honestly, we never went to get a show. People came to our doorstep and told us, Bestt, we would like you to do this show. Even today, you will never see Bestt going for shows. That is one thing I believe in, that if your quality is good, people will come to you. You don't have to go anywhere.
Kalyanjibhai and Jagjit Singh made us do all their shows even in Bombay and the rest of the country.
Wow.
In fact, Kalyanjibhai's son Vijubhai with
Yes.
Amitabh and all, he took us to America, Singapore, Mauritius.
With all your equipment?
No, this is for engineering.
Oh, just one. Okay.
In those days, sound engineers, there was no such term as sound engineers.
Ah.
This term has become popular now.
Now, so what were your called then? What did you?
Whoever did the sound for their regular shows
Ah.
was told, please come and help us in our international shows.
Okay. So you all used to travel
Yeah.
together or
Together.
You're
Together. We two brothers have always,
We are twins and we are always together.
and always together.
So, when on the desk, were you doing? I mean, now we have monitoring and FOH and all.
Yes, those days no.
Nothing like that. So.
Shalosh used to engineer most of the shows.
Okay.
I used to mainly do
No,
the
sir, we
system
still used to
analyzing.
Oh,
My main focus was on system, and
Right.
his main focus was on
right.
mixing and other things.
Nice. So, any event you all remember in your career so far, when you all used to handle things yourself? Now you all are a very big company, but any incident that comes to mind, anything that was you had to last minute handle some problems, and how did you handle it?
I remember an event in Andheri Sports Stadium,
Okay.
and someone done one of the very famous music directors, Nadeem Shravan, I think it was.
Okay.
And there was a lot of problems and issues with the sound for that event. We had not done that sound. And when we were told by Kalyanjibhai to do that show, they were very worried. But the concert was awesome and the sound rocked so nicely that even people in Thana happened to know that this concert was one of the best concerts in Andheri Sports Stadium in those days. So we were really thrilled that we did that concert and
Nice. So you all were in a way the FOH, what people
Yeah.
Today.
Yes.
So you all have done a lot of such roles
Yes.
besides being a rental company,
Yes.
right? So
Those days we never got engineers. You had to do your show yourself.
okay.
even the bands never traveled with any engineer.
Hmm. By then, had technology changed a lot, and how did you all adapt to? Because we didn't have internet, we didn't have any of these things then. How did you all adapt to new systems coming in? How did you all read up about
We
it?
were the first to introduce the digital crossovers by BSS, by TV, and even the digital equalizer which nobody could use, the Varicurve. It was a brilliant piece of equipment, and only Amiel could use it and tune it to real perfect optimization.
So how did you all come to know of these new?
We used to go to Singapore very often,
Okay,
and we used to update our knowledge, and we used to get a lot of good magazines, and we used to,
right.
so we'd gone to US also, so we were always traveling around the world, so we knew what was new
Right.
and what we should be trying to
So
do.
it's essentially a passion that took you to these places also.
Yeah, our passion, and we also like touring and going out. Even today, we love to travel.
Okay.
Travels is a passion. We love to do it. We enjoy it.
Very nice. So, besides your own career as engineers, which we call now, how did you grow Bestt Sound System as a rental company? How did you all then, like you said, people used to come to you, but then how did you all decide to build up the inventory? What kind of jobs to do? I mean, what kind of parameters decide on purchasing of equipment and what equipment? How did you all, or how do you come to that decision?
Simple rule. Always buy the best. Very simple. Always buy the best, give the best. And then everything takes care of itself. And do your best. 3 things if you do in life, in your business, you will always do it. Don't try to find the easy way out.
Or don't copy.
Yes, don't try to copy. Just because somebody is buying PV doesn't mean you have to buy it.
Right.
You God has given us ears. You should hear it for yourself. You should be satisfied yourself first.
And we became the benchmark actually.
Okay.
In Gujarat, anybody did a concert wherever they did it. In fact, with Udit Narayan and all, we travelled all the way to Bangalore, and Daler Mendi did shows with us, and so we went, all over the country, crisscrossed the country. But even in Gujarat, there was this thing, if you want good sound, it has to be best.
Right. Have you all ever thought of going outside Gujarat and supplying equipment to Delhi shows and?
We have done such
Chennai.
shows. We have done such shows. We don't go. We don't have an office there.
Okay.
In the middle, we had an office in Bombay. We shut it down.
Okay.
We are now concentrating on through Gujarat,
Okay.
from Ahmedabad.
So in case there's somebody who's watching this video and is in Calcutta and says, I want to rent your
Yes,
equipment,"
we will
you're
go
not
anywhere.
going-
We can
And
go-
now we have the latest Maya system, which is the #1 system.
Right.
So things are different now.
Okay. Okay.
And we have very good engineers supporting us, like Vaibhav, Amit, Moses is there now, Ruel is there.
Right.
she's there, Kushi's there too, helping us. So,
So-
a nice team.
That's so nice to know. And any message that you'd like to give to young engineers who are wanting to get into this field as to what should they do? Like you said, obviously go for the best.
Yes.
But besides that, anything that they should do in terms of some points that you could share that will help them in their career.
Listen to your ears first.
And keep your mind open.
Mind open, exactly.
See, you must be a master. Why should you limit yourself to a particular board? I'll give you an example. Why should you just say, okay, I'll use only this particular board? If you're good in your job, you can use any other board. You can use any board and create good sound, generate good sound. You don't need to use a particular board to get good sound. There are so many top level boards. Use one of them and get good sound.
And
That will show your skill. You see, that will show how good you are, how versatile you are. When you use only one board, that means you're limiting yourself to that one particular brand and its limitations. See, every board has its good points, bad points, limitations. So if you're open, I think it makes more sense. This is my particular viewpoint. It all depends on the engineer at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's true.
You can't change their viewpoint. We can only give our viewpoint.
When we bought Digico, nobody in the country had a Digico. And we were the first ones to get the D5. That was one of the industry standards. Now, of course, we have the SD7 and the SD10.
Also one of the first to get it.
Yes.
First to get it, yes.
No, but the company Digico also has supported us. We are very happy, we are very lucky. We have got good support from big companies like Maya. Maya supported us. So we have to thank them also.
We are thrilled with Maya sound also. Very amazing sound. The very low frequency and it adds such a dimension. You have to hear to believe it. Just by saying, I wouldn't do justice.
So we hope we'll do a video with
Yes.
my equipment once. I believe it's not in India right now.
The dimension that the VLFC adds to the sound is way different.
We are the first audio company that got an offer to send our equipment abroad for a festival in Switzerland. So that is also a feather in our cap.
It is. I think your cap is full of a lot of feathers.
Feathers are sitting here. Let's call them.
Yes. So we'll introduce the team also.
Yes.
And so continuing from the point of guiding the young students of engineering or sound, like you said, believe your ears and listen to your ears.
Yes.
What kind of music do you suggest that they listen to so that their ears are also accustomed to listening to good sound?
All type of music.
All genres. All genres. You have to listen to jazz, you have to listen to classical, listen to pop, even EDM or whatever it is.
And preferably not on phones and not on the headphones, or is that
Headphone
also?
is okay if you have a good one.
Okay.
Nowadays you get very bad ones also. So you really not realize how good the sound should be.
Okay. So because then that will spoil their hearing.
Yeah, and hearing too loud music is not good. At the end of the day, it spoils the ears.
And for people who might even apply to you for jobs, maybe in terms of any qualities that you look for in people who
Passion. Passion is the number one.
right, and technical knowledge obviously.
Technical knowledge is always good, but you can always learn technically. But passion you cannot learn. That has to be in you.
Cannot acquire it.
You can't acquire. I can't teach you passion.
Great. So thank you both of you for your time and sharing your experiences.
Thanks.
And we'll see you in some other part soon.
Sure.
Sure.
We should do a video on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
Thanks.
Thanks.